You see, they want to have their cake and eat it too. One minute they say, oh, it's not obvious that it's emblematic of ultimate intentionality and design, but they'll turn around and that there's something that's organizing everything so that there's order and functionality, meaning, and truth. You see, they want to have their cake and eat it too. All right, let's see. Let's see. Welcome, Eric. Eric, do you accept God as your creator? Earth to Eric, are you there?
I'm here, but I'm not Eric.
Okay. Oli, do you accept God as your creator? Are you a Christian?
No, I'm an atheist.
Well, you just told me you accepted God as your creator.
Sorry, I think there's a delay there. I was meant to say no to that.
Okay. So do you have a justification for the not God world?
Well, I believe the justification for that is simply the fact that the claims of theists have yet to meet their burden of proof. Their claims remain unsubstantiated, so my disbelief is justified.
Oh, that's what we call the presumption of atheism. Were you aware of that?
Presumption of atheism.
So hold on a second. So you're telling me that the not God world is true because it hasn't been falsified by theists?
Well, I'm not saying it's necessarily true, but I'm saying in terms of beliefs.
No, sir, focus on
I have no reason to believe there's a God.
I don't. Okay, well, guess what? Okay, then that's an appeal to ignorance fallacy. Right?
Appeal to ignorance.
If you say, an appeal to ignorance fallacy is a proposition is true solely on the grounds that I don't have a reason to believe that it's been falsified.
I didn't say that, did I?
That's what.
That's what you said in principle.
Yeah. In principle, that's what you said. What you said is the not God world is true because I don't have a reason to believe that the falsification has been exemplified. So what you
said non sequitur.
Okay,
I'm true or not true.
Sir, I'm trying to get a point through to you. Why are you atheist?
I'm listening.
So please don't interrupt while I'm talking. Why are you atheist so stubborn? Oh, I know why you're stubborn. What you said is an appeal.
Relax,
okay,
please.
Goodbye. Okay, you're done. Okay, the moment you keep on repeatedly interrupting me, you're gone. Okay, you're done. So I demonstrated to him conclusively. He says, God doesn't exist because I don't have a reason to believe in God. That is the equivalent of saying the not God world is true because it hasn't been falsified by a reason for God. The not God world is true because it hasn't been falsified. That's an appeal to ignorance fallacy. A proposition is true solely on the grounds because it hasn't been falsified.
I love it when they state a non sequitur, and then you extract the reasoning from the non sequitur, and you show them that it's a non sequitur, and they say, "Well, I didn't say that," right? Because they didn't say the exact words of the non sequitur. They plugged in other values.
Well, look, we're not. I hate to say this, but we're dealing with a majority of people that are not on a more sophisticated educational level. Right? And that those who are at that level, when you confront them with this line of questioning that I give, is they realize that they're screwed. They realize that they've been defeated. So they just resort to obfuscation and bickering and just verbal disruption. But most of the time, we're not dealing with a very sophisticated crowd here. The bottom line is we hear this over and over and over and over ad infinitum, ad nauseum. God doesn't exist because I don't have a reason to believe in God. That's an appeal to ignorance fallacy. How about this? The not God world is false because I don't have a reason to believe that it's true. Are you going to accept that?
Yeah, the God world is true because we haven't heard any rational justification that the not God world is true.
If I were to take your line of reasoning and simply swap out the values, you would laugh at what I'm saying, but I would be making the same kind of argument that you're making. The only difference is that the values have been transposed. To sit there and say, well, God doesn't exist, I just don't have a reason to believe in God. Well, either that's an appeal to ignorance fallacy, or you're just all you're saying is I just have an absence of a positive belief in God, which is not a defense that God doesn't exist. So pick whichever fallacy that is going to be representative. Either way, it's a fallacy.
Either way, you're not giving a justification for why the not God world is true.
Yeah, either you're just simply saying I'm unconvinced, that's why God's not true, which is a fallacy, or you're just simply saying the proposition that the not God world is true because it hasn't been falsified by somebody giving me a reason that God exists. That's an appeal to ignorance fallacy.
It's also a claim that the world around you doesn't necessarily indicate God, thus falsifying the not God world. So it's also an indirect assertion, just a restatement that God doesn't exist.
It never ceases to amaze me the amount of ineptitude that I'm dealing with these unbelievers. Right?
Look, this shows you how inept some of these people are.